အားလုံးမင်္ဂလာပါရှင် Welcome back to Learn English with me ကျမတို့ဒီနေ့ newspaper article လေးတစ်ခုကိုအတူတူဖတ်ကြမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ newspaper article က The Guardian newspaper ရဲ့နာမည်အကြီးဆုံးအဖတ်အများဆုံး article ထဲမှာပါတဲ့ article လေးတစ်ခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ article ကအသစ်လည်းမဟုတ်ပါဘူး2012မှာရေးထားတဲ့ article လေးဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ article ကိုရေးတဲ့သူကတော့ Susie Steiner ဆိုတဲ့သူဖြစ်ပါတယ်သူကဒီ article ကို Bonnie Ware ဆိုတဲ့ Australia က palliative nurse တယောက်ကို interview လုပ်ထားတဲ့ article လေးဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ Bonnie Ware ဆိုလို့ရှင်ဖြစ်ပေါ့နော်သူက palliative nurse ပါ palliative nurse ဆိုတာကတော့ကျမတို့အရင် serious ဖြစ်တဲ့illness တွေပေါ့နော်လုံးဝကုလို့မရတဲ့အခြေအနေနောက်ဆုံးအဆင့်ကိုရောက်နေတဲ့လူနာတွေကိုဂရုစိုက်ပြုစုဆောင်ရှောက်တဲ့ nurse ကို palliative nurse လို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်ရှင်။သူကဒီလူနာတွေကိုစောင့်ရှောက်ရင်းနဲ့ဒီလူနာတွေဆုံးခံနေတဲ့အခါမှာသူတို့ဘဝတွေမှာဘာတွေကိုသူတို့ regret ဖြစ်ခဲ့လဲဆိုတာကိုခဏခဏပြောကြတယ်။အဲ့ပြောကြတာတွေကနေပြီးတော့ခဏခဏဒီပြောတာတွေတူတဲ့ဟာတွေကိုသူကောက်နှုတ်ထားတဲ့စာအုပ်ကလေးဖြစ်ရေးခဲ့ပါတယ်။သူဒီစာအုပ်ကိုရေးပြီးတဲ့အခါမှာဒီ newspaper ကနေပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော် interview လုပ်ထားတဲ့ article လေးဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ newspaper article ကဖြစ် solution ဖြစ်ပေါ့နော်သူရေးတဲ့စာအုပ်ရဲ့ပါတဲ့အနှစ်သာရတွေကိုပေါ့နော်တကယ်ကိုအတူချုပ်ကလေးထုတ်ထားတဲ့ article လေးဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့ကျမဖတ်ပြပေးချင်တာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အဲ့တော့ကျမတို့စာအုပ်ဖတ်မယ်တခုခုစာအုပ်ဖြစ်ဖြစ် article တခုခုဖတ်မယ်ဆိုလို့ရှင်ကျမနဲ့အတူတူဖတ်မယ်ဆိုလို့ရှင် procedure တော့ဘယ်လိုဖြစ်တယ်လဲဘယ်လိုရှိမလဲဆိုတော့ပေါ့နော်ပထမအဆုံးအတန်ထွက်မသေးချလို့ရှင်ကျမဖတ်တာကိုအရင်ဆုံးသေချာနားထောင်ကြည့်ပါဒုတိယတစ်ခေါက်ကျတော့ကိုကအတန်ထွက်လဲသေချာထွက်နိုင်ပြီကိုအနေနဲ့လည်းပဲဖတ်ဖို့လို့ ready ဖြစ်ပြီဆိုလို့ရှင်ပေါ့နော်ကျမနဲ့အတူတူလိုက်ဖတ်ပါအကယ်၍ဒီဖတ်တဲ့အချိန်မှာအဆင်ပြေနေပြီကိုတယောက်တည်းဖတ်လို့ရပြီလို့ကိုခံယူချက်ရပြီ confidence ရှိလာပြီဆိုလို့ရှင်ကိုဘာသာကိုပေါ့နော်ဖတ်ကြည့်ပါဒီဖတ်တဲ့အခါမှာကိုယ့်ရဲ့အတန်ကို record လုပ်ထားပါ record လုပ်ပြီးတော့ပြန်ပြီးနားထောင်ကြည့်ပါကိုဘယ်နေရာမှာလေးသိန်းလို့သွားတယ် intonation လို့သွားတယ်ဘယ်နေရာမှာအတန်ထွက်ကမကောင်းမကြည့်ဘူးလဲဆိုတော့ကိုဘာသာကိုသေချာသုံးသပ်ပြီးမှတ်သားပါပြီးလို့ရှင်နောက်တစ်ခါထပ်ပတ်ကြည့်ပါကဲကိုက pronunciation မသေချာဘူးဆိုလို့ရှင် Google တို့ဘာလို့မှ check လုပ်လို့ရတယ်လို့ကျမဖတ်သွားတဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုလည်းပဲပြန်ပြီးတော့နားထောင်ပြီးတော့ check လုပ်လို့ရပါတယ်ကိုကဒီတစ်ခါဒုတိယတစ်ခေါက်တတိယတစ်ခေါက်စပြီးတော့ပြန်ပြီး record လုပ်တဲ့အခါမှာကိုပထမဆုံး record လုပ်ထားတဲ့အတန်နဲ့တတိယတစ်ခေါက်ဒုတိယတစ်ခေါက် record လုပ်ထားတဲ့အတန်နဲ့နှိုင်းယှဉ်ကြည့်ပါကိုယ့်ရဲ့တိုးတက်မှုတွေကိုကိုတွေ့လာမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင် so let's start reading Here are the top 5 regrets of the dying as witnessed by Ware. Number 1. I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. This was the most common regret of all. When people realize that their life is almost over and look back clearly on it, it is easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. Most people had not honored even a half of their dreams and had to die knowing that it was due to choices they had made or not made. Health brings a freedom very few realize until they no longer have it. Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. This came from every male patient that I nursed. They missed their children's youth and their partner's companionship. Women also spoke of this regret, but as most were from an older generation, many of the female patients had not been breadwinners. All of the men I nursed deeply regretted spending so much of their lives on the treadmill of a work existence. Number 3, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Many people suppressed their feelings in order to keep peace with others. As a result, they settled for a mediocre existence and never became who they were truly capable of becoming. Many developed illnesses relating to the bitterness and resentment they carried as a result. Number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Often, they would not truly realize the full benefits of old friends until their dying weeks, and it was not always possible to track them down. Many had become so caught up in their own lives that they had let golden friendships slip by over the years. There were many deep regrets about not giving friendships the time and effort that they deserved. Everyone misses their friends when they are dying. Number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. This is a surprisingly common one. Many did not realize until the end that happiness is a choice. They had stayed stuck in old patterns and habits. The so-called comfort of familiarity overflowed into their emotions as well as their physical lives. Fear of change had them pretending to others and to themselves that they were content, when deep within they longed to laugh properly and have silliness in their life again. What's your greatest regret so far, and what will you set out to achieve or change before you die? So one of the greatest regrets that I have had in my life is the amount of time that I have wasted thinking that I'm not good enough. This self-doubt really, wasted a lot of years of my life. The reason that I am, constantly in this mindset is because I'm afraid of rejection. Every time I get rejected, I think it is a confirmation of all of the negative characteristics that I think I have. It's a confirmation that I'm not good enough. Rejection is a confirmation that I'm not good enough, whether it's a job rejection or a rejection from a relationship. And this mindset, this internalization of taking on other people's opinion as a fact and not as a fallacy, has really wasted a lot of opportunities for me. So, through a lot of reflection and journaling and talking to my therapist, what I have learned is that I need to change my mindset towards rejection into something more positive. And so I came to this realization that rejection is actually a sign of resilience and improvement. Without rejection, you can't get to where you want to go. If we're going to try new things, we are going to experience rejection one time or another. And that rejection is not a sign for us to stop trying, nor is it a sign for us to accept that this rejection is always going to be a representation of who we are as a person. It doesn't speak of our entire being. It's just one part of us that they rejected, and it's not a rejection of an entire being of our being, right? And the second thing is that instead of thinking I'm not good enough, to change my mindset into thinking that I am more than good enough. Now, this is not us being boastful or being, too full of ourselves. It is just to remind ourselves that you do your best in the moment that you are given with whatever tools that you have. And it also makes us want to give our best because we don't want to end up with regrets, right? So growing up in a culture where we're supposed to not be too boastful, not to, sing our own praises too loudly, it is a really good practice for us to quietly confirm with ourselves, to remind ourselves that we appreciate who we are and that we are grateful for the person that we are right now, and we're also looking forward to meet the person that we will become. I know it sounds a little corny, but it really does help. So my greatest regret in my life so far has been the number of years and the amount of time that I've wasted thinking that I'm not good enough. If you're in the same position as me, try to get out of it by reminding yourself of the two things that I have talked about. Now share with me some of the biggest regrets that you have had in your life.